Hey guys, Full here. So, I'm gonna talk about lucid dreaming again, and this time for advanced people and those who have been practicing. This is the video for you. Techniques to stay in the dream, to stabilize the dream itself. So, how to, when you recognize when you're dreaming, to stabilize your dream when it starts to fade. So, once you become lucid inside your dream, so there are some techniques when you're starting to feeling that you're gonna wake up, you can produce the false awakening. So by rubbing your dream hands like this. So this motion inside your dream, you do this technique mentally in your mind. So you need to imagine yourself to doing this, because if you don't imagine that you're doing this, you won't be doing anything, because you're paralyzed in the REM state. You can't move your hands, you can do nothing physically. And one thing that is particular for this method is to thinking about a mental expectation. You need to have a mental expectation to do this technique. So rubbing your dream hands, and as long as you're feeling your hands moving like this, you won't be able to feel them not moving them all. So you will be like this in the bed, and you have your eyes closed, you're dreaming, and you're doing this in your mind. So it is the idea. There's the one technique, and what would that do? It will produce a false awakening, maybe. The spinning technique will produce it actually, but some people mentioning that they get transferred to another location. Some of them will just stabilize the dream and continue with the dream and the theme that hypnagogic state has done. So in the hypnagogic state, this will be possible. You need to have a mental expectation in trying to imagine yourself doing this in a dream is really difficult. When you become lucid, there's the 80% that you're gonna remember. Being lucid doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna remember to remember the idea, even if you do the wild method. So by realizing that you're dreaming and have the idea all the time when you're falling asleep, you will be closer to the idea itself, and the mental reality check will be positive. So again, it's a stabilizer of the dream. Those two techniques are the stabilizer. It's not a reality checks. So just by recognizing that you're dreaming, or dream-induced lucid dream. So the dial technique is that one. So without any physical reality check or question. So which is frustrating in various ways. But rubbing your hands like this will vividly expand your dream. Your sight will be clearer, and will not be foggy, things like this. The another method is the spinning around. It's a better technique. It's over 90% of the cases when people spun around, the dream was caused to persist, with an alternative what they calling going with a flow or something like that. But it's like this. So basically like this. And as you're doing this, you can feel your body in a bed. So you need to make sure that you felt sense of movement. So what will happen? Your vision will fade. Your dream in some way will be like fading. You try to again spinning technique, and it will stabilize the dream, or maybe even transfer you to another location. I done this few times. I was transferred to another location. It was pretty cool. So that one is like 90% of the cases that will happen. Rubbing the dream hands is like 50%. So it's didn't indeed proved work. So this technique, but it can be used into inducing and vividly expanding your dream. So this technique, it's not again the reality check, it's just an expander. It's like alternative going with the flow technique, so like this. Another technique is to drop to the dream floor, relaxing your body completely. And when you become lucid, again, just drop yourself to the dream floor, going with that flow, and a few minutes later you will have the false awakening. So that's the technique. Those three techniques are the basics for the inducer, and for the lucid dreamers who are advanced, they're using these three methods. Find out which works for you. Leave the comments below. For me, is spinning, definitely spinning. I haven't done dropping myself to the dream floor, but spinning technique and rubbing your dream hands is the best example. So leave the comments below and let me know how this goes. I want to see some results, so definitely for those lucid dreamers out there, they've been practicing these methods. Those three methods are like in a subject. So they, in some book, it says that Stephen LeBerg mentioned that on a seminar in Russia, and yeah, those three techniques are the basics. It will expand your dream, it will trigger much more lucidity, and you will become more aware inside your dream. So hope that helps, and catch you later, guys.